All right, let's go. The first ever crypto week has been nothing short of amazing. A week that was full of surprises, where secrets were revealed.
I crossed my legs like this because my balls are too small. I basically have no balls.
Questions were answered.
Who is Big Mike? Who has a bigger penis? Who is usually on bottom? Who is a pedophile?
And the aura was at an all-time high. I don't know how you feel, but for me personally,
oh, with a dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody.
So we're going to get into everything that happened. XRP obviously causing a lot of excitement, up close to 25%, and setting a new all-time high. It's really bringing back those fond memories for everyone.
I remember when I was just a little boy. The year was 1901. I was this big. I remember I would live in a 2x4. And I would ride this little snail to work. I would deliver newspapers.
This was a week where we really saw a little bit of everything. From the possible firing of Jerome Powell.
Oh, son of a bitch, Paul, why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
To the breaking of tomorrow's top headlines today. From the unexpected occurrence of trans-on-trans violence to the shocking introduction of Machine Gun Kelly. We learned that if you put Matt Damon in the microwave, he becomes a good singer.
Somebody to have, somebody to hold.
And even got introduced to Minneapolis's new mayoral candidate. We saw the heartwarming story of a man who stopped tying his shoes to comfort a sobbing woman at a concert, and learned that President Trump never forgets to send out a birthday card. It was a week of call-outs.
You know, AOC, look, I think she's very nice, but she's very low IQ. And we really don't need low IQ. Between her and Crockett, we're going to give them both an IQ test to see who comes out best.
And no matter what you think of Trump, it's hard to disagree with him on that. Jasmine Crockett's so dumb, she thinks Antifa is one of her relatives. This week gave us new conspiracy theories and unprecedented actions from Congress.
I would like to enter into the record a fart that I've been saving up for 3 days. This will probably be one of the longest farts ever recorded, so you should all feel lucky to be here right now. So here it goes.
Dude, you can't just fart whenever you want. We're trying to have a serious meeting here. Seriously. Stop eating Mexican food and stop farting every time we're trying to have a serious conversation. What is wrong with you?
So in a world where Coldplay hasn't produced a new single in years, yet they dropped 2 on the same night, and Donald Trump isn't the only one who can draw, we learn that personality is what really matters. But above all, always remember to keep your friends close and your assassination targets closer. All right, let's talk some crypto, and we'll start with XRP, and I really hope this didn't happen to any of you.
I sold XRP when it went up to 240 because the guy who told me to buy it told me that I should sell it because he thought Circle would compete with him, and he was unhappy with it. It's up 60% since I sold it, and I would have made millions, and I want to cry, and I don't own it anymore.
You can see this right here from Ali Charts. Whales have bought 2.2 billion XRP in the last 2 weeks.
Nothing's going to stop this train. Crypto's going to 10 trillion, and that's going to bulk of that's going to be in the United States of America. We got to get this done.
And the big news of the week is right here. House passes major crypto bills. The Clarity Act and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act have passed the U.S. House of Representatives, and the Genius Act, having passed the full Congress, will become law today. Here's a simple breakdown of what it all means. One-to-one backing of stablecoins with high-quality assets. Stablecoin issuers must meet clear disclosure and audit standards. A federal licensing option to complement state frameworks. Protection for stablecoin holders in bankruptcy. But of course, not everyone is happy about this.
They call it stablecoin. It's not stable. It's not a coin. It's a money market account that under this law must pay 0% interest. So who wants to forgo a 4% rate of return and get a 0% return in stablecoin? Those who are desperate for what cryptocurrency offers. Cryptocurrency literally means hidden money. and these stablecoins are exempt from the anti-money laundering provisions.
And to that I say,
Sherman! Hey! What the fuck are you doing here?
We see this from Brad. The last major financial regulation bill was passed 15 years ago in response to the 2008 financial crisis. The signing of the Genius Act cements the U.S.'s future in being a leader in truly innovative financial technology, stablecoins. This moment is a historic one, and I, for one, am looking forward to all that is to come as a result of this transformational legislation.
For far too long, America's digital assets industry has been stifled by ambiguous rules, confusing enforcement, and the Biden administration's anti-crypto crusade. But President Trump and this Congress are correcting course and unleashing America's digital asset potential with historic, transformative legislation. President Trump promised to make America the crypto capital of the world, and today, we delivered.
Here's what matters. Blockchain technology, Web3, will transform every single industry in the same way that the internet has transformed every single industry over the last 30 years. And that transformation will happen much faster than people realize. If we can keep government from continuing to screw this up.
But something to pay attention to is this from Bitcoin whale James Nguyen, who is known for his massive multi-million-dollar swing trades. He says, I'm shorting. I think we see a big correction this weekend, then alt season. And check this out real quick, because if you've been in crypto long enough, you know watching charts all day isn't a strategy, it's a slow burn. That's why I've been keeping a close eye on Cortex Trade, an AI-powered, fully automated trading platform that's been gaining serious traction. And I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. Cortex runs 24/7 across major exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and KuCoin, scanning price action, volume, news, and social sentiment to make trades faster and smarter than any human possibly could. After doing my own testing and research, I went ahead and put $10,000 in to give it a shot, and now I'm seeing the results firsthand. Profits are coming in consistently, and more importantly, I've been able to withdraw them without any issue. You can withdraw funds at any time, there are no freezes, you can withdraw both your earnings and your entire deposit in a bunch of different currencies right to your own personal wallet. If you're still on the fence, there's a demo mode, no risk, just a chance to see how it works before diving in. Links are below to check out Cortex Trade, and as always, do your own research. All right, let's take a look at some of the other top headlines.
You see Bitcoin rising to $150,000 a coin. And I read your stuff. So when does it get there?
It's going to happen in the next 6 months. And this is the golden age of digital assets, Stuart. What's going to happen is we've seen the rulings come in, and we're seeing everything from the crypto regulations, the ability to get to the Clarity Act, the Anti-CBDC, Surveillance State Act, and the Genius Act. They're all coming through, as we heard. The White House cut some deals overnight, and that's really driving the run to Bitcoin. And then the other piece is we're hoping interest rates do come down. And when they do come down, what it does is create a devaluation of the dollar, meaning people are going to go to growth assets and actually risk on activities. So I think that's really why we see 150,000 on the Bitcoin side.
CBS has announced that they will not be renewing the late night show with Stephen Colbert. President Trump directs Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony related to the Epstein case.
Listen, you want to know the secret.
The murder trial of Carmelo Anthony is scheduled to begin on June 1st, 2026. Coincidentally, perfect timing to kick off the Summer of Love 2.0 right before the 2026 midterm elections. This is pretty interesting from the co-founder of Home Depot, Ken Langone.
I am sold on Trump. In fact, I'll say this. I think he's got a good shot at going down in history as one of our best presidents ever.
SEC Chair Paul Atkins says the SEC is considering an innovation exception from regulations to promote tokenization following the House passage of landmark stablecoin legislation. Vice President J.D. Vance breaks a tie vote, advancing the $9 billion Doge cuts package.
One of the curiosities of politics to me is why my Democratic colleagues have embraced open borders. Are they trying to bring in new voters? I don't know. But as I've said in another context, somebody needs to tell them that the voices in their heads are not real.
ABC is toying with the idea of remaking one of the most popular shows in television history. This is an interesting concept that I wasn't aware of.
Black women cannot be racist to white women.
True inflation is at 1.82%, despite the fact that the CPI data came out at 2.7%. The Fed continues to use outdated BLS data instead of the auditable, real-time data from Trueflation.
So it's complete nonsense what Jay Powell is doing. He was silent during all of the so-called policy decisions that he always remains silent on, but somehow he invents and hallucinates something with tariffs. I mean, he really is hallucinating with regard to tariffs. Nobody, it's like going into a room and you see a ghost. He says there's a ghost. Nobody sees the ghost except for Jerome Powell.
President Trump is opening up the $9 trillion U.S. retirement market to invest in crypto. This is a massive new source of demand being unlocked. Just 5% of BTC allocation would mean $450 billion of inflows. For reference, Bitcoin ETFs have seen cumulative net inflows of $53.86 billion so far.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
And here is an important lesson for all of you.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college.
Wow, 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 yippee-yo, yippee-yay, Barry-O's in your motherfucking mouth.
So I'll be watching and I'll keep you updated with any new information. We need to remember that regardless of what anybody says, the suicide hotline is not something you call if you want to place an order. Despite the delay, it seems like the new Grand Theft Auto is going to be amazing. The best advice I can give you is to eliminate what is bad, stay out of view of the Jumbotron, because the golden age of crypto is upon us, and we're about to be so fucking rich. And if you have a couple more minutes, you may also like this video right here, why XRP is set to go even higher. Until the next time, be safe.